In today's video, I'm gonna share with you how to create a spectacular ball garland DIY. Keep watching. Hello everyone, welcome back to Ramon at Home. I'm so excited you're here today because in today's video, I'm gonna start a brand new series of decorating with me for Christmas 2022. I'm gonna share with you how I decorate my own house for Christmas step by step, and there's going to be a lot of ideas. I could not be more excited. In this particular video, I'm gonna share with you how you can create the most beautiful, spectacular, epic Christmas garland with ornaments. It's actually called ball garland ornaments. Ball garlands. It's a ball garland and it's just absolutely spectacular. I really think you're going to enjoy it. This garland can be done for around the mirror, an entryway, around the door, a stairway. It is just absolutely beautiful and I really think you're going to love it. So if you are interested into this ball garland DIY, please stay tuned. And just a reminder, this is a brand new series of Decorate With Me for Christmas 2022. So there's so many videos coming up. So if you're new to this channel, consider subscribing because you will not want to miss any of this Christmas Decorate With Me series for 2022. It's going to be magical and spectacular. If you're new to the channel, consider subscribing. And if you are already subscribed, don't forget to turn the notification bell on because you will not want to miss any of these beautiful decorating ideas for 2022. Are you guys ready to make a ball garland DIY? Let's get started. Okay, so to create a beautiful ball garland around our mirror, what we're going to do is we're gonna use a garland that is 13 inches wide. I wanna use the widest garland I can because there's going to be a lot of ornaments. Also, I have some lights right here, but you know what I'm going to do is I'm gonna turn this mirror around so you guys don't have to look at this light the whole time, and I'll be right back with you. Okay, so much better. Now you guys don't have to stare at the glare, and we'll flip it around when we're done. I want to mention a few things. So we're going to be using a 13-inch garland like I was telling you. And the way you measure is you grab from tip to tip, and that's how wide your garland is. And the reason why I want a 13-inch one is because I'm going to put so many ornaments and ribbons and picks, and I still want to be able to see some of this garland. So I'm going to finish fluffing this guy real quick. I had pre-fluffed some of it, but I left a few just to mention that when you fluff a garland, what you need to do is grab every single bristle, and what you want to do is you want to go ahead and curve that tip as you are fluffing your garland because that's going to give it a more natural look than if you just to pull the tip and leave it straight out. Remember, when a pine grows, you have that tip of the bristle pointing towards the sun. So that's why every time that you fluff a wreath, you fluff a tree, or you fluff a garland, you want to just grab that bristle, might as well, because you're already touching it. So I'm almost done with this guy. I'm gonna finish real quick. Thumbs up if you guys are enjoying these videos. I'm super excited to share with you the home tour this year because last year I shared with you our Frozen Christmas. And by the way, if you have not seen the Frozen Christmas home tour from last year, I'm gonna link it down below, and then also somewhere here on the screen. I did the same garland and it was full of beautiful ribbons and ornaments and crystals. It was absolutely gorgeous. I'm gonna put some right here so you can see it, and it is inspired by this garland that I'm going to do today, but today we're going to actually go ahead and do the red ball garland that I've been wanting to share with you for quite a few years. Now this execution is mine, the idea is not, however, this is from my friend Gina, and thumbs up for Gina for inspiring me to create this beautiful garland. All right, so now that my garland is fully fluffed, I'm gonna put it to the side, and I wanna talk to you real quick about the other things that I'm going to use. So I'm gonna use some LED lights, and every time that you use some LED lights, you want to make sure that they are well working because you don't want to finish lighting your garland and well they don't light up. So I'm going to use 150. I'm just going to make sure that these are working, and they are LED. You can find these at your local craft store or your big box store, and I'm going to plug both of them in to make sure that they are the same light, because there's nothing worse also than having your garland all light and half of them are LED and half of them are not. That is not what we do right here. So we're gonna use some of these lights. Also, what I'm going to use is I'm gonna use the same hooks. These are picture hooks that I used last year. So basically they are the ones that you use to hook your pictures on the wall. So I'm gonna use two of these. I might as well just put them out right now. And then also I'm going to use my wire cutters. It's very important that you have your wire cutters right now and a bolt of wire. You can also find this at any local craft store, and you can or also your big box store. And the main star of the show is going to be hundreds upon hundreds of these bowl ornaments that they're all in red, some matte, some shiny, and some glitter. There's going to be different sizes as well, and I'll explain more of that as we go with this beautiful project. So the very first thing I'm going to do is I'm gonna grab my step stool. And I want to mention too that the star of this show right here is going to be this reindeer. It has these beautiful antlers that go all the way up, but I'm gonna put it to the side for now because I don't want to drop it. It's really heavy. I don't want to break a toe. All right, so we have to decide what side our garland is going to go. And I think for this particular design, what I'm going to do is I'm going to go swoop like this, and then I'm going to go down on this side. Basically the exact same thing that I did last year. So I'm going to get up there, get you guys closer, and I'll be right back. Keep watching. Okay, so the first thing I'm going to do is ask you to be careful and comfortable. That's why I'm wearing these jeans and this shirt today. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to put a hook right here in the corner, but I need it to be probably about, I want to say about 6 inches above the corner. And just go ahead and put that hook right there. So now I'm going to grab the other one, and I'm going to scoot back a little bit because I don't want to fall back. And I'm gonna add the second hook over here. What I'm going to do is I'm gonna do about the same height. The garland is gonna cover most of that anyway. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to grab my garland and move over to this side. I wanna start by the swoop. So what you need to do is grab your garland, and this big heart shape, we're gonna fold it back. And then I'm going to attach right here to my picture hook. And you know what, don't worry about putting holes on your wall because we can always patch those up later on. So what I'm going to do is I'm gonna do a swoop right here. And then I'm gonna move over to the other side. So you guys kind of get the gist. Let me readjust this and I'll be right back with you. Well, that is the hardest part, and so far it's looking really good. I love the way that it swoops to one side and it ends right here just touching the table. So the next step is going to be to add the lights, and for that, like I mentioned to you before, they're all LED lights, and the reason why is because my tree last year had beautiful LED lights and the rest of the house was incandescent, and I just could see the difference in the lights. I was like, I do not like that. So this year I made an effort to make sure that all of my lights are LED lights, so that way they all look cohesive when I'm giving you guys the home tour, which by the way, you cannot come back and miss the home tour for this year. I am super excited. It's very traditional and very not rustic, but it's very traditional in color. So okay, what I'm going to do is I'm gonna grab these lights, and first of all, like I was telling you, you know, you guys, I like to preach my own tips and sometimes I don't follow them, but be sure you plug them in because you don't want to have lights that are not lit up and then at the end it didn't basically just waste your time. So what I'm going to do is I'm gonna grab my lights, I'm gonna get up there and I'm gonna start from that corner all the way down, and it's gonna be about 150 lights per 9 foot of garland. So I'm gonna do this real quick because I'm sure you know how to light a garland, so I'll be right back. Okay, let's recap real quick. The tough part is to put the garland up and to light it, but once that we've arrived at that point, this is where the fun begins. So what we're going to do is we're going to grab our wire and we're gonna get a strip probably about this much. I wanna say it's probably about 36 inches. And then I'm going to cut, and we're gonna make sure that we individually cut our strips of wire. And then what I'm going to do is I'm gonna grab an ornament and I'm gonna hang on to this one. It's a medium-sized glitter. Now there is no rhyme or reason, you guys, okay? You're gonna leave probably about 8 inches and then you're gonna twist. We're going to secure this ornament right here. So basically just twist it with a tail on one side and the longer side on the other side. And what we're going to do is we're gonna start just inserting ornaments on this wire, and I probably do need my glasses for this, but you know what, this will have to do like this. So we're gonna add some mattes, we're gonna add some shinies, we're gonna add some big ones. Every time that you add a small one, just make sure that you add like 3 of them because you want them to really show. So I'm gonna use 3 of these small ones, some shiny ones, some matte ones, and then you wanna start, you know what, that one just, we need to glue that one. So every time that happens, just make sure that you put that little cap out because you can always go back and glue the ones that fall off. So I'm gonna go ahead and do that. And we're gonna make sure that they go all the way down. So what we're going to do is, we're gonna do a bowl garland. And we're gonna add a little one. I'm gonna add another big one or medium sized one like this. Like I said, there is no rhyme or reason. You can always have fun with this part right here. Make sure that if any ornaments have any tags, take them out. So we're starting to see a bowl garland cluster like this. So I'm gonna go ahead and do a few more of the medium-sized ones. And you want to create this little snake of ornaments. And then you add a few more. Oh, that one also doesn't have a cap. These ornaments are like the ones that you can buy at any local craft store, and they just come a whole bunch of them per box. And you just gather different sizes and also different materials like glitter, matte, shiny, and it's getting heavy. So I really do recommend if you're going to do this bowl garland, what you need to do is make sure that that is really attached because it's going to get heavy. All right, so I'm gonna share with you real quick what we're going to do next. So now that you have it about this point, look how we have a bowl garland. What I'm going to do is I'm gonna go up and I'm going to attach using this side right here. Oh, it's okay. That's gonna happen a lot when you're doing these bowl garlands, and you can always just readjust. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to add right here on the corner. So I'm gonna actually move a little that way. And Jameson's our cameraman, so thumbs up for Jameson. If you need to adjust, just let me know. What I'm going to is I'm gonna grab this wire right here, and I'm going to attach to this corner by attaching all the way to the center of my garland. Just make sure that you attach this guy really good and that you spin that wire around one of your bristles a lot of times. And look, that's gonna stay right there. And so now what you need to do is you need to adjust this garland, go up like this. Look how beautiful. Make sure that you have some bristles and some lights up and down. And then what you're going to do is you're gonna grab the other end of your wire right here, this long wire, and I'm going to find the heart of my garland, and I'm going to spin this wire around a few times to make sure that that stays where I want it. And I always like to leave the wire long because when I go back and undo it, I want to make sure that I know where my wire is. So look at that. Now we have a big piece of garland. I'm going to repeat that step a few more times and I'll be right back with you. Keep watching. Are you guys enjoying this beautiful bowl garland DIY? I hope that you are learning a few tips and tricks on how you can create your very own bowl garland DIY this year. But I want to take a second to invite you to come and join me on my Instagram for daily Insta stories, behind the scenes, and all of the things y'all not get to see here on my YouTube channel. Did I just say y'all? Yes, I said y'all. The y'all will not get to see here on my YouTube channel. The links on my social media are going to be down below along with my Etsy shop in case you want to check it out. All right, let's get back to this bowl garland DIY. We're almost done with it. All right, everyone, so with Jameson's help, I went ahead and did 3 of the clusters. So I'm going to put one over here. And don't be afraid to handle them because they are fine. They're gonna be just fine. Let me see, I wanna grab the longest one, which I think it's this one right here. And I'm gonna put the other ones there. So now what I'm going to do is I'm gonna get back on my little stool and I'm going to start over here where I left off. And I'm gonna grab my wire. And remember to always just go ahead and give them a little adjustment like this so they all face the same way. And I'm going to start where I ended right here. Actually, I'm gonna flip them. I'm gonna grab the smaller side right here. And I'm gonna make sure that I open my garland. So kind of give them a nest And I'm gonna grab my wire and I'm gonna go all the way inside my garland. And I'm going to attach with my wire right here. Making sure that I go through the heart of the garland to the heavy part of the garland. Just go ahead and put your hand through. This is actually easier than it looks, but right now I'm struggling because I'm up on the ladder like that. So now I'm gonna do a third one going down over here. And once again, I'm going to do this guy. I don't think for this one I need the little stool anymore, so I'm going to go ahead and, actually I do. I'm shorter than I thought. But I'm gonna grab this guy and I'm gonna go all the way to the heart of the garland. I'm gonna go through here and just twist that wire around a few times. Then I'm gonna look for the bottom of it and I'm going to attach right here. Look how beautiful that is looking. That is so much fun. I really hope that you guys are enjoying this DIY. It's one of my favorites I've done so far. Like that. So now I'm gonna move these guys a little bit out of my way. And I'm gonna grab the last one and I'm going to attach right here. Making sure that I go over my garland like this. I'm gonna grab this wire and just go around the heart of the garland, like I said, a few times like this. And then I'm gonna grab my little wire and I'm going to attach to the bottom of the garland. And just like that, you got yourself the first step. This is only the first step, you guys. So now what I'm going to do is I'm gonna grab some of these bristles and I'm gonna pull them through the garland like this to make sure that it looks cohesive, that it looks well put together. Now here's the secret. I'm gonna grab some wires and I'll be right back with you to give you another step. We're almost finished and I think you're gonna love it. Keep watching. Okay, so as you guys can see, there is some spots like right here and right here where we connected the garlands where there is a separation. So what we're going to do is we're gonna grab some wires and I cut probably about 10 inches. And what I'm going to do is I'm gonna start with a large one. I'm gonna use a few of these big ones and I'm going to just do a few clusters of them. And for this case, what I'm going to do is I'm just gonna go ahead and attach right, let me see. Yeah, right here. I'm gonna start with a large one, then I'm gonna do a medium. You won't need very many of them. I'm gonna do a few of the smaller ones just to cover that spot. And what's gonna cover is going to be the fact that it's a large ornament. And so I'm gonna do probably like 3 smaller ornaments. So smaller clusters, basically smaller versions of what we just did. And what I'm going to do is I'm gonna go up on my step stool and I'm gonna go right here. Sorry if I disappear. And I'm just gonna attach this cluster right here to one of my bristles. Like that, and look, that just covered that spot. It continues the pattern of your garland. I'm gonna do one more. So I'm gonna grab another one of these ornaments and I'm going to secure it. Remember, do a large one, then do a medium one, and then we're going to do a few of these small ones. And remember to keep the variations going with flat, matte, and glitter. And if you have any specialty ornaments that you like to add, go ahead and feel free to add any ornaments. You can do any variations of colors. You can do gold and red, you can do silver and white, you can do all white, you can do any. That's the fun part of this project. So now what I'm going to do is I'm gonna go back up and I'm gonna attach right here on this corner. All right, everyone, so the next step, now that we've gotten our garland all the way down with all of the ornaments, and I think it's looking absolutely beautiful. Thumbs up if you like this DIY so far. But I want to take it a little bit over the edge because the theme for this Christmas home tour is traditional, and I'm going to be using this beautiful ribbon on my Christmas tree, and then also in the reindeer right here, which is going to be the centerpiece. So what I thought I'd do is I'm going to add a few bows to this garland, and I also love this ribbon. It's a D. Stevens ribbon. And what I like about it is because it's made out of this beautiful plaid and it has a gorgeous lame on the back. So what I'm going to do is I'm just gonna do a few bows, very simple bows. So we're gonna do probably like about 6-inch loops like this. And then I'm gonna do a tail right here. Like I say, it's going to be very simple. I just want that to be like an accent because it's gonna be also on the Christmas tree. So basically just a cute little bow like this. You attach your wire real quick, and then you make sure you dovetail all of your ribbons like this. I'm going to do probably about 10 of them, and I'll be right back with you to show you how we're gonna install them, so keep watching. Okay, you guys, so I'm almost done making these cute little bows, and I do want to take a second to, number one, invite you to come and join me on my Instagram for daily Insta stories, behind the scenes, and all of the things you don't get to see here on my YouTube channel. The links to all of my social medias and my Etsy shop are going to be linked in the description box below. And then also I want to mention that don't be afraid to cut your ribbon, you guys. This is a really good quality ribbon. However, I could not get this done if I didn't cut the ribbon, because in order to get the effect that I'm going for, the ribbon needs to be cut. It must be cut. So don't be afraid to cut your ribbon. That's why you bought it. You already paid for it. So might as well get it done. All right, so this is our last one. So I have a whole bunch of them here. So what I'm going to do is I'm gonna grab a few, and I'm gonna go up the ladder over on that corner, and I'm going to start right here. And as you guys can see, they're just single loops, but because it's a really good quality ribbon, it really holds its shape. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to start right here on this corner, and I'm just going to add a cute little bow like this. Make sure that it goes all the way down, and it's just a little touch of this plaid and red. So now I'm going to do another one right here, and I'm going to make sure that I go all the way in to the bristle like this. So those tails and that loop just play very playfully, just add a little bit of plaid. So now I'm gonna go in. Remember, what goes up must come down. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to grab, I'm deciding if I'm short enough or not to step on my stool or not. So yeah, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna add right here. And once again, just give your ribbons a little fluff. Let that plaid show. And this is the beauty of having all of your tools at the ready, you guys. I'm always telling you to prep once or prep twice and then only work once. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to add another one up here on the top. And once you attach with the wire, just go ahead and loop it. And look at this, how beautiful and traditional this is looking. So now I'm going to go right here. I'm going to move my little step stool over this side, and I'm going to go right here. So basically where you see holes, where there's no ornaments, you can always add and attach your wire. I'm going to go right here. I'm going to go all the way in like this, and just very lightly attach this wire into a bristle. And look at that, it just gives me some tails, a little bit of loop, and it is making my garland a lot more substantial than it really is by adding all of these loops. I'm going to add some over here on the corner. So I'm going to move right here, and I'm going to attach one right up here into the corner to extend the shape of my garland. I'm going to add the last step, and I'll be right back with you. Keep watching. Okay, you guys, so the last step we're going to add to our beautiful ball garland DIY is going to be some flyaways. Now, I found this at a local store, and it comes in a bundle like this, but look what I'm going to do. I'm going to basically free them, because if you keep it just as one, all you get is one. But if you free them like this, look at, you get one. Oh, let me go a little further down. I'm always trying to tell you, not only cut your ribbons, but take your stems apart, because you get more bang for your buck. So you get one, let's see, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. You get 6. So 2 of them is going to do 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, yeah, 6. So we're gonna use 12 of them, and I'm gonna start right here on this corner. And you guys know that I like my flyaway, so what I'm going to do is I'm just gonna give it a little bit of curvature. I'm not gonna cut them because I want them to be long enough to where they can latch or attach to something. So I'm gonna start right here in this corner, and I'm just gonna basically introduce them between the ornaments, and I'm going to let them fly away. Look at that. I'm going to add some other ones over here on the corner, like this, to give us a little bit more air. And remember, what goes up must come down. So basically what you put one up, one down, and then what we're going to do is introduce one right here. And see why you need them to be long, because you need them to go through all of your ornaments. And I'm gonna add another one up here, like that. I'm gonna go one step down, And then I'm gonna add another one right here. And just move along like this. I'm gonna add one up here on the top. And look how it does giving a lot of girth to my ornament garland and is making it look really, really good. I'm gonna add another one right here on the top. And I'm going to come down here. I'm gonna finish this and I'll show you the end result. Keep watching. So what do you guys think? Wasn't that just amazing? This ball garland DIY is super easy to make if you just follow these easy steps. You can change the color to any color combination that you like. Of course, I did red because it goes along with the home tour that I'm gonna be giving you guys this year. But remember, you can create this ball garland if you just follow these easy steps. I had a lot of fun and I cannot wait to read your comments, so be sure to leave me a comment down below and let me know what was your favorite part, and if you are going to make this, what color or color combination are you choosing? You guys, this is just the first video of our Decorate With Me Christmas 2022 series, and I cannot wait to culminate with a home tour. So keep your bell on because you will not want to miss any of the videos coming your way. Remember, the month of November is jam-packed with ideas, and I really hope to see you here. Thank you guys so much for watching. If you're new to the channel, consider subscribing. If you are already subscribed, don't forget to turn the notification bell on. And remember, as always, you can watch more videos right now. Until next time, bye.